Minister Narendra Modi is charging on with the centre's disinvestment plans. On Wednesday, he announced that the government has identified 100 assets for monetization and that could get the exchequer as much as 2.5 lakh crore rupees. He stressed that the government is following the mantra of monetize and modernize and reaffirmed that the government has no business to be in business. He said, and I quote, "I can understand the need of any public sector enterprise if it is fulfilling the needs of any sector. It is the responsibility of the government to supply support to the country's enterprise and business, but there is no need for the government to be in business." End quote. He said that many public sector enterprises were making losses and several of them needed the support of public money. This burdens the economy, he added. This pitch can be seen in this year's budget also. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced that the government will come out with a policy of strategic disinvestment of public sector enterprises. This policy will provide a roadmap for disinvestment in all non-strategic and strategic sectors. We have kept 4 areas that are strategic, 18 where bare minimum CPSEs will be maintained and the rest privatized. In the remaining sectors, all CPSEs will be privatized, she said in her budget speech. The strategic sectors that the government will be in are atomic energy, space and defense, transport and telecommunications, power, petroleum, coal and other minerals, and finally, banking, insurance and financial services. The finance minister announced in her budget speech that the Niti Aayog will work on a list of central public sector companies that will be taken up for disinvestment. She announced that the government could receive 1,75,000 crore rupees as receipts from disinvestment in BE 2021-2022. The disinvestment process in India started way back in financial year 1991-1992 and it has been a bumpy ride. Every year since 1991, the centre has set targets of receipts through disinvestment except for the 5 years during UPA 1 when the left was also part of the government. The centre has been able to meet its target only 4 times in 18 years. The NDA regime under Vajpayee was quite successful in the disinvestment process. They had a dedicated ministry for it. But the UPA made it a government department within the finance ministry and it continues to remain so. Concerns about accountability over disinvestment and allegations of misuse of public funds have also been raised in the past. The CAG and the CBI has pulled up the NDA 1 government for not valuing the assets correctly. The UPA 2 regime has often been charged with using public money collected by the LIC to bail out public offerings made by government companies. With this push for disinvestment, PM Modi has signaled that his government is very serious in achieving its mission. When it goes ahead with the sale of PSUs, the Modi government must separate non-core assets from the core business. The assets must be valued transparently. Finally, the centre should be transparent on the use of the disinvestment proceeds.